and welcome to Tyler Totten Live. I'm your host, Tyler Totten, and alongside me is my chief analyst, Travis Totten. I'd like to thank our camera girl, Harley, for being with us again this week. That's her clapping. I'd like to thank Justin's voice, so him later in the show. All right, we went to Atlanta last week, and Tony Stewart finally got his first win of the season, and I'm a huge Tony Stewart fan. I was excited, and thank you, Justin and Harley, for that, but I'm a huge fan.
Anytime.
And I was super excited. I'm glad he hasn't had a winless season in his whole career. So, Travis, what do you think about him getting his win?
Wait, I have an idea.
I'm not happy about it at all. I know you're a Tony Stewart fan, so and since we are technically related, I've never really. He's a good guy. He's good intentions, but I just don't like him. When he's talked about Goodyear in the past, Goodyear's just doing the best that they can do. So he gets on my nerves sometimes, but yeah.
Well, I won't debate that with your driver who complains about air pressure, but okay. I'd like to talk about Denny Hamlin now. Denny Hamlin, Tony Stewart and Denny Hamlin battled throughout the first half of the race, and then Hamlin had his engine let go, and he spun out and he finished last. So, what do you think? Do you think Stewart would have won that race if Hamlin's engine wouldn't have let go?
No. Because I don't think it had anything to do with Hamlin's engine letting go. Hamlin and Stewart, they looked good. And I've said this all week. Kevin Harvick had a good car. He gained 23 positions under green. I honestly thought had the tire not went out, he'd not missed the commitment cone and had his tire been flat spotted and then it exploded, I honestly think that was his race to lose, and he did lose it.
I don't think so. I think that with Stewart and Hamlin were dominating. They were pulling away to multiple second leads over the field, and then Stewart, the only problem he really had all night were the restarts. He couldn't get going, and he lost a bunch of positions at the end, but he battled back and won. But I didn't see Harvick as a contender at all. So I really think that even if the tire wouldn't have blown up, I seriously don't think he would have had any chance to win the race. But we now go to Justin Reed for some words of wisdom.
Breaking news, Gateway Cow was shot. If you've been watching TV, the past probably 10 years or so, I'm sure you remember the Gateway Cow. And by now you're probably sick and tired of him like me and the other 97 million Americans are. But the official news is out. He has been shot. Official police reports say he has contracted hoof and mouth disease. Inside reports say it's a different cause, however, indicating that the Gateway Cow was shot because he attacked the farmer with the Dell. Now back to you guys.
Thank you, Justin. All right, we have one race until the chase, and that racetrack is Richmond International Raceway. And, well, after Atlanta, the top 10 in points are locked in. There are only 2 positions left up for grabs, but like 100 points separates the driver in 13th from the driver in 12th. So do you think we're going to see anyone move out of the chase, or do you think that they're all basically locked?
I think they're all locked. Biff, all he has to do is start, and I think he's in 11th. So it really leaves one position, and that's Bowyer. And Richmond's probably his best track on the circuit. So it would take a miracle for him to drop out and for somebody else to get back in. He would probably have to finish last, and I don't see that happening with Bowyer.
All right, we'll be right back after this. But first, we take you back to Justin Reed for more words of wisdom.
Unfortunate news comes to us from Japanese this afternoon. Most of the Japanese banks are not doing well at this time. Luckily, if you're smart, you've invested in the European and American banks. But if you're not, lo siento, we apologize for that. We have unfortunate news. Following last week's announcement that the Origami Bank has folded, we received more bad news. According to our news sources, the Sumo Bank has gone belly up, and the Banzai Bank is preparing to cut off some of its branches. The Karaoke Bank is for sale, is going for a song, and furthermore, the Kamikaze Bank will take a nosedive, and 5,000 back office staff at the Karaoke Bank have gotten the chop. Announcers report that there are some things fishy going on at the Sushi Bank, and staff are afraid they're in for a raw deal. Stay tuned as we keep you developed as this story develops. I wish I could speak. Now, this news portion was not brought to you by Fruit Stripes. It was not, so FYI. Thank you. Now, Today's word of the day is Farfignugan.
From Harleyy.
Unfortunately, we do not know what that word means. If you know what it is, feel free to send us a self-addressed stamped envelope with $50 in cash in it to here at the Studio J.
Hello YouTube and welcome back to Tyler Totten Live. This week we're going to Richmond International Raceway, and Kyle Busch has been dominant there in both the Nationwide Series and the Cup Series. He has won a bunch of races and he dominates almost every time he goes there. So Travis, what do you think his chances are for this weekend?
I don't know. That's why it took me so long to formulate something there. I'm not with Kyle. It just depends. Like you saw him last week, he got behind early, had to go do all his pit stuff there, and he battled back and looked good at the end with the wave around there. And it's all going to depend on his mindset. If something like that happens again, he gets angry and he wants to get back, and he normally gets back. But if he's having a good race and he's happy and stuff, and then one little thing happens, if it's close to the end of the race, he's probably going to lose. So I'm not sure. It's just going to depend on how his crew performs in my eyes.
Well, his teammate Denny Hamlin, he had the bad race last week, but that's one of his hometown tracks, the other one being Martinsville. But he's always very good there. And one race he led, I think, all but 3 laps and lost the race because of either damage or trouble in the pits, something like that. And it seems that that's happened a couple times. Not a race where he's led only all but 3 laps, but races where he's dominated there and then he's lost. So do you think that he could win and sort of break through from all that bad luck he's having there?
Well, like you said last week, he wants to get his momentum started before the chase. He just doesn't want to try to manufacture it. And they wanted to get their momentum started. You saw they had an engine light go. So they're going to want to turn that luck around. So I think he's going to more play it safe, just try to get a solid top 10. So I don't think he's going to win. I think he's just going to more play safe and try to get his top 10 there.
All right, we'll be right back with more Tyler Totten Live right after this. But first, we send you to Justin Reed for more words of wisdom.
Just received word that U.S. Mint has released, or is planning on releasing, a new 50-cent piece early spring 2011. The U.S. Mint announced plans yesterday for a new 50-cent piece that was being issued in honor of 2 famous American patriots. On one side of the coin would be former President Theodore Roosevelt. On the other side would be Nathan Hale. When questioned by a reporter why 2 people would appear on the same coin, the spokesman replied that these 2 people were selected to simplify life for a vast majority of American citizens. The reporter then asked, "Could you please go on to further explain that?" And the reporter said, "Of course. Now, when Americans toss a coin, they can simply call Ted's or Hale's. When those are released, we'll let you know."
Hello YouTube and welcome back to Tyler Totten Live. This is Fantasy Points segment, and you can see the fantasy points up on your screen. Travis is in the lead with 3,637 points. My mom is in second, behind by 351. Me and Roberto are tied for third, which is the final chase cutoff by 441. And Stoner is in last, behind by 150, behind by a lot. Let's just say that. Well, we have one race until the chase.
Just getting the fans used to that side right there. Me holding that trophy up.
We have one race until the chase, and me and Roberto are tied, and only the top 3 in our points get in. So, it's a make or break race right now for us. Travis and my mom are securely in there, but we're gonna pick right now since it's my show. I get to pick first, and I'm gonna pick Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart got his first win in his career there, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna do very well there.
I second that.
Harley seconds that.
I'm actually going to take Kevin Harvick. I think he always runs well at Richmond there. It's short track. He likes short tracks. And he needs to get more bonus points before the chase starts, where he's not in 20, he can be 10 behind. So I think he's going to get it done. All
right. Thanks for watching YouTube, and we now send you to Justin Reed for some things to ponder and his pick.
Thank you guys, and Harley. My pick today, the winner is going to be the guy that is in first place when he crosses the finish line. So, I'm pretty sure I've got this one. I might be beating you guys in fantasy points after this. Now, some things to ponder for today. Since light travels faster than sound, isn't that why some people appear bright till you hear them speak? Well, that's it. That's all I've got. Sorry. Thanks for watching, guys.